Hello, it's another day and I decided to record one more video for you guys to see what I'm doing. Today I'm planning to work on some small canvases that I have prepared previously. I have 4 of them and I'm going to make some crazy abstractish things on 4 of them, like a series, so they work together. My light is acting weird, I'm sorry. And I'm also going to work on the piece that I've prepared previously. I'm going to keep putting more layers on this background to make it even more interesting, and I'm going to film the process. I'm not sure if I will be commenting anything while I'm doing it because I don't know, I like to just listen to music or something and just keep going without talking, so it will be a challenge for me to comment anything. So I will just film the process for you guys and maybe add some music so it's not so boring, so you can see what I'm doing. Check back with you later. So here I am applying some layers of paint to make the background more interesting. I'm using just wet tissue to remove a little bit to make it see-through, kind of like a seal on top. I also added some light blue inks. I was just trying different things to see how it works, and I really enjoyed the process and I really like the results so far. So I'm just going there with the tissue, removing, adding water, scratching it all off. Really intuitive, not thinking much, just trying to make something that I like. And I will later move on to my small canvases. So here I am moving on with my small canvases and trying to make some abstract interesting stuff on here. I started with darks. I'm not sure if it's right or wrong. I just felt like adding some black on this whiteness, and I just worked with my palette knife. I'm trying to remember what I've been doing. It was really intuitive. Then I got this light blue, light pale pink and added in some sections. I really wanted these 4 paintings to look harmonious, so if someone wants them, they can hang them all together on one wall and it would make an interesting effect. So adding some pinks and mixing it up with black to get this beautiful gray color. I really like how it went out. It was like a spontaneous mix of color and I decided to leave it there. What I'm doing next, let's see. I've scratched some stuff with brush so the paint doesn't look so accurate, more like abstractish. And now I decided randomly to put some pieces of fabric on top to make more texture. I got these leftovers when we purchased a sofa for our son or something, and we've got a lot of leftover carpet kind of pieces, and I decided to stick them on top with acrylic primer and go over them with paint to make it look more interesting. I really like how it worked out. I hope they won't fall off. I will seal them with varnish. Here I'm randomly putting some yellow on top with just these splurs, I don't know how do you call them, splats. Then I worked with some pastel, I believe, yeah, the one I purchased yesterday. I really liked smudging it with my finger and it was really random. Then I took some oil markers and made some scribbles to make it even more interesting, and made some splatters as well with a different color. I really like how it works out. It's so interesting to watch it from the side and remember what I was doing. Then I added some champagne sparkly color in there to make it a little more girly, kind of glamorous, I don't know. I was just going with the flow and using whatever I felt like using. I like the color palette that turned out here, working with pencil as well, adding some scribbles here and there. to make it more interesting. I really like the way it turned out at the end. So fun to watch the process. Then I added some blueberry. I'm not sure about this color. Maybe I will have to block it later. But so far it feels good. I don't know. I really enjoyed what happened. Then I came back to my previous canvas and added some champagne layer, shimmering layer on top with a large brush. Then I believe I'm gonna remove some stuff with the tissue. It also created some interesting, barely visible texture in there with this tissue. And then what I've been doing, I've added some more scribbles, not like scribbles. I wanted to highlight some things with white dots, like to make sure it's obvious that there are multiple layers there, to make it even more kind of layering and interesting. And then I worked with pastel to highlight some of the shapes to make them kind of pop up and be on top now. And then I started to work with my initial idea. I took a palette knife. It was really random. I had no idea how I will do it, and I made here this black shape, which is a kitty, because my idea is to make a vase shaped as a kitty, and then there will be flowers as well on top, maybe abstract flowers, I'm not sure yet. So I decided to create some texture with palette knife. And I also left the ears unfilled on purpose. I think it looks really nice, and the whiskers barely visible also with palette knife. I really like what I made, so it was really productive. Yay!